Hey there, Dolphins fans. Week 1 is in the book, so we're going to hand out some grades, and as you guys might expect, they're not going to be very good ones. The Dolphins offense puts up just 11 points, 3 interceptions by Ryan Fitzpatrick. The defense actually fared pretty well, minus some key Cam Newton runs, but overall, this is not the start of the season Dolphins fans are hoping for. So let's get into the grades. We will not be grading on a curve for Miami. Yeah, it's the Patriots, but Tom Brady's gone. The defense lost a bunch of key pieces for New England, and the offense was still putrid for the Miami Dolphins. I am outright flunking them in this showing. 11 points, 269 total yards. They had 3 turnovers. The ground game had some moments, but Ryan Fitzpatrick, as we'll dive into, did not fare very well. Now, yes, at least one of those interceptions probably should have been pass interference, thinking of that late game one, but the offense did not fare very well for the Miami Dolphins. So grade it for me. A, B, C, D, or F. You scored 11 points in an NFL game. I know there was no camp, or a limited camp, and there was no preseason. That was a colossal disappointment. Maybe there are some D's from you guys, but I was very underwhelmed by the showing week 1 from Miami. All right, the defense now. Some good and some bad. You held the opposing team to 21 points. I thought they fared pretty good in this one. I'm going to give them a B. That's an above-average defensive showing here. 21 points allowed. The one almost pivotal and game-changing takeaway right at the goal line there when N'Keal Harry fumbled. The pass defense was really good, just 140 yards. Cam Newton didn't hit a bunch of big plays through the air. The problem was on, well, the ground game. They didn't fare very well on that one. 217 yards allowed. Cam Newton in particular had a bunch of key conversions, a bunch of key pickups. The Patriots used his legs. That's a big reason why they're able to defeat the Dolphins in week 1. All right, let's go to special teams. We won't spend too much time on this one. I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't anything egregious from what I saw. I'm going to give them a B+. You know, there weren't any missed kicks. Extra points were fine. No big returns. Really kind of keep it from being an A, but overall, it was pretty solid. Now, if you want grades videos after each Dolphins game, here's what you guys need to do. Just subscribe. It's that simple. It is free. We'll get them out not long after the game ends and break down how the Dolphins fared, win-loss, or I hope it never happens, ties, because ties are stupid. But if you want grades videos for the Miami Dolphins, hit that big red button and subscribe today. Let's go now to Ryan Fitzpatrick, who was anything but Fitzmagic in this one. Maybe not surprised here. I'm giving him an outright F. Fitzpatrick just did not play well. There's no way around it. Yeah, there were some times where the offense didn't help him out or the refs didn't help him out. 20 of 30, 191 yards, and 3 interceptions from a guy who normally does a pretty good job of actually protecting the football. I was very, very disappointed by the showing out of Ryan Fitzpatrick. He did not fare well. He has to be better if the Dolphins are going to be able to make a push going forward, or maybe it's already time for a change at quarterback. Fitzpatrick struggled. So I'll ask you this question, and we'll probably ask it every single week until a decision is made in terms of making a quarterback change. Is it Tua time yet? Is it time to give the reins over to Tua? I am going to make this the pinned comment on today's video. So if you get the ad break here on YouTube, scroll on down and type Y for yes or N for no. Let's go to head coach Brian Flores here. Like, it's a weird year, guys. There's no preseason. Training camp is limited at best. So I'm going to give Flores a C. On one hand, I thought the defense, I thought they had a pretty good game plan. Yeah, Newton gave them some troubles, but when Newton's healthy, he does that to just about everybody. And the offense, though, was a big-time problem. We can blame more of the play calling on that one. That's not where Flores is going to do his most. So I'm going to give Flores a C. Of course, feel free to get your votes there in the comments section. Now, I did not bet on the Dolphins. This was a no-bet game for me. Maybe you guys did. If you did or didn't, or if you want to just bet on the NFL going forward, like I think we all want to do, because it's here to stay, guys, head over to chatsports.com/bet. That will take you right into the BetUS site. If you use promo code CHAT, C-H-A-T, that will get you a 125% deposit bonus. It's a fantastic deposit bonus. And that way, even in case you bet on the Dolphins and they lose, you still have a bunch of money left over to earn it all back. So head over to chatsports.com/bet. Don't forget that promo code chat. All right, very negative so far, so let's offer some praise here. I was actually pleasantly surprised by the showing from Myles Gaskin. I'm going to give him a B-. We're not going to talk about Jordan Howard. That wasn't very good. But Gaskin showed some flashes in a role that I didn't think he was going to. He had 13 total touches, part of a very much three-headed attack, in quotes. It really wasn't much of a ground game, but a three-headed rotation for the Dolphins. 9 carries, 40 yards, 4 catches, 26 yards. For a player who, frankly, wasn't assured of making the roster entering this year, that's a pretty solid week 1 showing. It's not a ton of big plays, but the offense didn't have much going their way, so a B- for Gaskin and one of the at least promising bright spots on that side of the football. Let's go now to Devante Parker. I'm going to grade him INJ for injured because when he was out there, he played pretty good. And then the hamstring acted up. He left the game and did not return. He started pretty well, 4 catches for 47 yards, and it's not an accident that the offense looked a lot better with Devante Parker out there than when he was off on the sidelines not healthy. The team needs Parker out there on the field. So in terms of severity, as of right now, we don't know. My suspicion, since Miami labeled him as questionable to return, I would consider it more probable than not that he's able to go next week for the Dolphins. But this will certainly be something to monitor. The offense needs Devante Parker out there. Preston Williams as the number 1 guy, I like him. Even against Stephon Gilmore, it's just not going to be enough. So what's your panic level at right now around and for Devante Parker? Rate this for me on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being you're not concerned at all. You think Parker should have been back out there and could have been. 10 being you are freaking out and you are currently Googling ways of how to transfer a hamstring to somebody else. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Perhaps I thought the brightest player for the Miami Dolphins was Christian Wilkins, the former first-round pick. I'm going to give him an A-. I thought there were multiple splash plays by Wilkins. 6 tackles, the 2 tackles for loss, got his hands up 2 different times to break up passes. That's heady and veteran play there by a younger player. Plus the sack. He's not going to do this every single week. He's not going to put up 32 tackles for loss and 16 sacks this year. But that is a very good week 1 stat line out of Christian Wilkins. Yeah, I'd prefer a little bit better result in terms of stopping the run, and that's why it's not the full-fledged A or A+. But I actually thought Wilkins was the best player this week for the Miami Dolphins. So do you guys agree or disagree? I am making you assign an MVP. I know it was a loss. I'm still going to make you guys do it. Who was the MVP this week for the Miami Dolphins? Let's go now to Jerome Baker, who on one hand, he filled up the stat sheet, and then there were some bad plays out of Baker, so I'm going to give him a C+. I am curious to see how the film watching will go for Baker. There were some highs and some lows there. On the positive side, 17 tackles. The dude was around the football a lot. He also, though, in addition to the sack and / tackle for loss, there was the big-time mistake of Baker where he was on the read option and with Cam Newton, and he got sucked inside. It led to a pretty easy touchdown run for Newton. That was what kind of held him back. There was also a bad personal foul penalty. Overall, I thought Baker played good. I didn't think he was perfect. I thought there could have been a little bit better play out of Jerome Baker, but a promising week 1 performance by the young linebacker. There's some things to improve on if he does. I wouldn't be surprised if next week we're giving him an A. But the defense was not the problem for Miami. Overall, I thought they played pretty well. Byron Jones did a pretty good job, too. I want to shout out him. It was the offense. You're not going to win games in the NFL scoring 11 points. It's simply not going to happen. So the defense, I thought, overall held up their end of the bargain. Now it's on the Dolphins' offense to get going and pick up their first win next week in week 2.